Fresh.
Very good. Do you see trees?
Yeah, trees.
Excellent.
I love trees and animals, and there's just lots of comfort there.
Beautiful. Can you hear any sounds?
Yeah, I can hear birds in the distance. I can hear little twigs snapping, leaves falling softly on the floor.
Excellent. Can you smell anything?
Yeah, just that general freshness that comes from nature.
Very good. Can you feel anything?
I feel comforted.
Excellent. No worries in a place like that. It's peaceful, where there are no worries and no problems, just peace and quiet. Can you see the sky from where you are?
Yes.
Very good. Look up in the sky and see if you can find a big, white, fluffy cloud.
I see it.
I'm going to ask you to do something that might sound a little strange. I want you to float up to that cloud and sit on it. Tell me what that would feel like to sit on a cloud, and you don't have to worry. It will hold your weight just like magic. What would that feel like to sit on a cloud?
Just fluffy, just like a pillow, just you can see in the cartoons.
Beautiful. Some people think it feels like cotton or feathers, but it will hold you just like magic. It's very comfortable, isn't it?
Yes.
Lay back on that cloud and just let it absorb all of your weight. It's such a beautiful, wonderful feeling. It's like you don't have any weight at all. You can become one with that beautiful cloud. If you lay back on that cloud, let it absorb all of your weight. If you want to, you can even wrap the cloud around you like a warm blanket and snuggle down into the cloud. That's such a beautiful, comfortable, safe feeling. And it's almost as though you don't even have a body, as you become one with that beautiful, soft, comfortable, safe cloud. And this cloud is floating through the air, carrying you with it, soft and protected, comfortable and safe, drifting and floating, floating and drifting. And this cloud floats over the land and over the valleys, over the mountains, and even out over the ocean if it wants to, carrying you with it, soft, protected, comfortable, and safe, drifting and floating, floating and drifting, over the land, over the valleys, protected and safe. And this cloud is like magic because not only can it carry you over the land and over the valleys, it can also carry you back and back and back in time and space. I'm asking the cloud to move and carry you back and back and back in time and space to another time, another place where there is information we would like to find to help you in the very best way that we can. The cloud is moving. It's carrying you back and back and back. We're looking for the most appropriate time and place to stop and look at and examine. The most appropriate time and place to stop and look at and examine. Now the cloud is slowing down. It's stopping at the most appropriate time and place. Now that the cloud has stopped at the most appropriate time and place, I want you to drift off of that cloud, back down, down, down to the surface. It won't be anything sudden, just like a leaf drifting gently out of a tree, back down to the surface. And as you come back down, I want you to tell me the very first thing that you see down there below you, or the very first impressions that you have as you come back down to the surface. Are you coming off of the cloud yet?
Yes.
What do you see down there below you? What's the first thing you see?
I see some rabbits playing.
Rabbits, good. Look around and see what you can see around you.
Looks like just open field.
Open field, very good. Do you see anything else? Are there any houses or buildings? Or are you in nature? If anything is fuzzy, foggy, or unclear, it will clear up as you speak.
I see some small buildings to the left.
Very good. Let's focus in on those buildings. How many buildings are there, can you tell?
I can see about 4 where I'm at.
Okay, good, good.
Like little houses, like little cabins, I suppose.
Very good. Look down at the ground. Can you see your feet?
Yeah, looks like I'm wearing boots of some sort.
Very good. Does the body feel male or female?
Feels male.
Young or old?
I'm not certain.
That's okay. Does the body feel healthy?
It feels healthy, yeah.
Very good. Can you see what clothes you're wearing?
Pants are kind of like a potato sack kind of material.
Okay, very good.
I kind of want to say, I almost feel like I'm a little kid.
Okay, good. Good. Do you have anything in your hands?
I feel a pail.
Pail?
In my right hand, a bucket of some sort.
Very good.
Wooden.
Wooden bucket? Good.
There's some liquid in there. Yeah, there's some kind of liquid in there. I'm getting the feeling maybe it's water.
Okay, very good. Where are you taking this pail of water? Your subconscious
to the village.
Your subconscious mind will bring forward the answers to you. To the village, very good. Well, follow yourself. See yourself carry that bucket, that pail. Tell me where it is that you're going.
I'm walking past these little houses, like Little House on the Prairie type of houses. Like, I'm seeing there are people out on the front steps. Like, there's a woman sweeping her front porch, and I get the feeling, we're all close. I know her. She's sweeping the porch, and then off to the left, there's a guy. He's sitting in what looks like a porch swing with a woman, and so there's some people out there that it's a little village that feels comfortable and everyone knows each other.
Very good. Excellent. So where is it that you're carrying this pail of water? Are you going home?
There's a trough. I see a trough. There's a horse. There's a couple of horses.
Okay, good. So are you filling the trough up for the horses?
Yes.
Good. Your subconscious mind should bring forward to you who asked you to get the water for the horses, or were you just doing it yourself?
There's a woman coming out of a door to this house with the horses. She has a bonnet on. She has a dress. She's the one who asked me to fetch the pail of water.
Very good. Do you know who she is to you? What relation? Or is she just someone you know?
I'm getting a feeling she's my mother.
Excellent. Can you tell what year it is?
I don't know what year
That's
it
okay.
is.
That's all right.
It feels old. It feels it feels early days.
Is there any place in the village that would have a newspaper, perhaps? If not, it's okay.
No, I get the feeling these folks are not, they don't read news. They don't.
That's okay.
I get the feeling that they read, or.
So you just kind of little village out on your own to yourselves?
Yeah.
Very good. I want you to go to the place that you live and look at the outside of it.
This looks like a log cabin, and there's some windows there that are just open, not even. There's no glass on them.
Very good.
Looks like Lincoln logs, like that kind of, like a log cabin.
Good.
That's how all the houses in this little place are like this.
Excellent. Can you see how to go inside?
Yeah, there's a bed in the corner. It's filled with hay underneath some sheets. It's a mattress, and then off to the left is a fireplace, and let's see. As I walk through, there's to the right, I see a kitchen of some sort.
Excellent.
But now the images are coming to me like the kitchen is not as one would. It's not a modern day thing, but I see like metal sinks now. I see
Your mind perhaps is drifting through different time periods where you felt the same feeling. Things that you can recall that bring you to periods similar to deja vu. But let's go back to the little village that you were in. And inside your house, in the little village, in the old kitchen, see yourself eating a meal. Normally the entire family will be present. This will help us get more information. Can you see yourself eating a meal with your family?
Yeah, there's a little girl there, this boy.
Is that your brother and sister?
I think so, yes. And there's a man there with a hat on, the beard, he's wearing overalls.
Very good. Is this your father?
Yes.
Excellent. And do you see your mother there?
Yes, she's sitting to the right of me.
Very good. Can you see what you're having for dinner?
They're eating porridge. We're eating bowls of soupy material.
Very good. Okay. Do you know what your father does for a living? What is his job, his occupation? What does he do with the majority of his time?
Well, now I see him riding a horse, and he's leaving.
Excellent. Let it flow. Would you like to follow him?
Yes.
Okay, follow him.
Yes, I'm gonna follow him.
See where he's
There's
going.
another horse there. I'm jumping on the horse.
Great. Well, follow him and
We're galloping.
see where he's
Galloping through just the open fields. It's like a prairie.
Can you tell where in the world this is?
I'm just getting a vibe of Old West.
That's perfect. Don't force or strain it. Anything fuzzy, foggy, or unclear will clear up as we speak. See yourself now arriving at the place that your father was headed to. Where was he going?
There's some looks like there's a gathering of people. We're going down a hill, down into near a lake. There are people over here.
Very good. How old are you?
People, older adults, like around his age, and they're it's like dusk because they have a fire going on out there.
Okay, good.
And they're out there and they're laughing and talking, and we're riding up to them.
Very good. Does your father know you're with you? You're with him?
Yes, he does.
Good. How old are you?
8.
Very good. Well, whatever the subconscious wants us to know and perceive in this scene will come forward to you now. What do you see?
People are happy to see us. They're in front of a larger house with pillars in front. It's 2 stories.
Good.
There's some animals about. There's a celebration happening.
What's the occasion?
A birthday.
Very good. Do you know whose birthday it is?
They're celebrating the little son who hunted his first elk.
I see.
They're celebrating his first kill, and they're cooking up this animal in the fire.
Very good. If there is anything else the subconscious wants us to know from this scene, it will come forward to you now, and you will see it change. If not, we will know that it's time to move forward. What can you feel? What do you perceive?
My father is asking for. He's there to get something. He's there to pick up something.
Okay. See him pick it up. What is he picking up?
They're handing him a package, bundled up.
Very good. Do you know what is inside of the package?
It's food for our family.
Very good. Is it meat?
Yes.
Very good. And then what happens?
He's drinking. They have jugs of moonshine, and he's drinking a jug of moonshine.
Okay.
And the little boy who killed the elk he's drinking moonshine. He's asking me to have some.
Do you take a drink?
Yeah, and it's just very. It's like it tastes the way rubbing alcohol smells. It's just very, 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 very bitter.
I see. It's important to know. It's important to know that you won't have any discomforts, or physical sensations that can harm you in any way. But go ahead. What were you saying? He's what?
Well, he's laughing. He's laughing. He's used to drinking this stuff.
How old is he?
12.
Okay, good.
He's 12.
All right. If there is anything else we need to perceive, the subconscious will bring it forward now.
Well, now people are bringing out different music instruments to play along. There's the washboard thing, and then someone's going woo-hoo into a jug, and then they're clapping and stomping.
Can you hear the music?
Yeah, it's like it's very minimalistic, but it's very celebratory, and
excellent. So everyone's having a good time?
Yeah. Everyone's having a good time, and I see some guys over there throwing axes at a target. They're doing an axe throwing contest.
Okay.
Near the lake.
Good. And what do you do from here?
Well, I'm walking down by the lake now.
Yes.
To see what's going on. Just to look at the lake, just to kind of, it's getting darker out. And
With you
I'm over
being
by the lake.
With you being so young, do you feel the effects of the alcohol?
I do feel a little lightheaded. I do feel...
Okay, good.
I think this is what brought me over to the lake. I'm just, like, looking at the water for... just sort of watching the waves, watching the fish jump out and jump in, and...
Very good. Well, whatever we need to perceive here, the subconscious will bring it forward to you now.
Oh, a dog is running up to me. Like a beagle, I think.
Yeah.
It's running up to me. I'm petting it while I'm looking at the water. It's shaking its tail. I can still hear the music back there. People around the fire, singing, dancing.
Yeah. And then what happens?
Something is coming out of the water. There's it's coming out of the water, and the dog is barking at it.
What is it?
It's an alligator.
An alligator? Okay. Are you close to this alligator?
Not very close. Close enough where it startles me.
What happens next?
The guys with the axes are killing it.
Yeah. You will not have any physical sensations. Nothing will harm you in any way, mentally or physically. Would you like to move forward away from this scene?
Yes, let's move forward.
Alright, very good. Let's leave that scene and move forward to an important day. A day that you consider to be important when something is happening. We have now moved forward to an important day. What is happening? What do you see?
Ooh, now I'm 12 and I'm walking with a girl. She's in a white flowing dress. She has curls, brown curls.
Very good.
She's got like a little gap in her teeth. She's got freckles and just rosy cheeks. And we like each other. We're holding hands and we're walking along. Just this open... Oh, there's a path there. There's a path that we're walking along.
Very good. Where are you going?
She wants to kiss me, but away from the town, away from... It's like it's our little secret.
I see. Is she also from the village, the little town?
She visited. She visited the town. Her parents are friends with my parents.
Very good. Well, see yourself arriving at the destination that you're traveling to. See what happens next.
Well, now I'm in a forest, and she and I are sitting on a fallen log.
Very good.
We're kissing each other, and it's just peaceful out there.
Very good. Well, whatever we need to perceive from this scene, the subconscious mind will bring it forward to you now. What do you see?
Just the birds flying from tree to tree. there's a noise, like a sound of something out there.
Okay. What type of sound?
She's like a...
Perhaps an animal?
There's a bear out there.
I see.
There's a bear out there. We're getting out of here.
Alright, good. See what happens next.
She and I are running.
Is the bear chasing you?
She and I are running, and she just tripped on her dress.
Okay. Then what happens? Did you help her out?
Well, I'm trying to, and she keeps tripping on her dress and falling down, and
does something traumatic happen here?
Yeah, the bear is now on her. And
would you like to move forward away from this scene? Let's move forward and see.
Yeah.
Let's move forward and see what has happened. Whatever has happened has already happened, and you can now see the other side of it. What happens next?
Well, the bear ate her up, and I ran back to tell the guys at the village. The family is grieving. I mean, they went out and they killed the bear.
Yes.
And the family is grieving. They're sad that...
How do you feel?
That their daughter was killed. I feel horrible, and now they're asking me, how did this happen? What happened? I'm telling them that we were just walking, that we were just in the woods.
Are they understanding? Or do they...
Are they what?
Are they understanding? Or are they upset with you?
I think they feel understanding. They're not happy that I went off into that she and I went for a walk.
Understandable. But are you able to forgive yourself at this point?
Yes. She was my first kiss. I do. I wish it didn't happen.
I understand.
I am grieving that she's gone, and I won't be able to see her again.
If there's anything else the subconscious mind wants us to know from this scene, it will come forward to you now. If not, we will know to move forward.
Yeah, let's move forward.
Alright, let's leave that scene and move forward to an important day. One last important day that you consider to be important when something is happening. We have now moved forward to an important day. What is happening? What do you see?
I just see like splashing in water. I'm just splashing in water.
Okay.
Like happily, excitedly.
Yes.
I see people. I see people lining up to be baptized. I think I'm baptized. I think they're lining us. That's a long line of people. They're all wearing white robes, and I just was dunked underwater in the lake.
Very good. So this is a happy time.
Yeah, it's a celebratory. Everybody is celebrating being baptized.
Excellent.
Today.
All right, and what happens next?
Well, I'm wet and everyone's applauding. Every time someone gets dunked, everybody applauds. Everybody's excited. And they're excited to be the next one.
Very good. After this, what happens?
I'm feeling 23. I feel like I'm 20. Number 23 is coming to me.
Good.
And I'm at the house. I'm wearing a white robe too.
Is it still the same house?
Yeah, it's still the same house.
Very good.
I see a sister. I see a brother. They're older.
Very good. Do you see your mother and father?
My mother's by the fireplace, cooking up something over there in like a little, I don't know, but like a cauldron kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's all I see in there.
Okay. Well, whatever we need to perceive from here, the subconscious mind will bring it forward to you.
Nobody else is wearing a white robe.
Okay.
I'm the only one wearing a white robe. I feel a beard on my face.
Very good.
And they're telling me to get out of the wet clothes.
All
so
right.
I'm standing by the fire now to warm up to dry off my wet robes, and they keep telling me, no, just go change.
Very good. Well, see yourself go change. Change into dry clothes. And then see what happens from here.
My father's riding up on the horse, galloping. He's holding his shotgun.
What's going on?
There's a cloud of dirt coming up from behind him riding. And he's saying, they're coming.
Who is coming?
And, he says, they're coming.
Then what happens next? Do you prepare?
Well, we're trying to gather things. He says there's no time.
Okay.
And it's so now people are bothered, people in the little village are boarding up their windows, and
there's a panic.
Just basically hiding in their houses.
Yeah.
So,
Let's move forward ahead to the next important event right after this. What happens next?
we did something that the Indians didn't like, and they're like there's
It's a traumatic
about
scene.
20 of them. Well, I hear them like, they're talking and they're like, they're hollering and I see them. I see my father going out there to talk to them.
Does this end well?
Well, he agrees to let them take him away to where they're going.
Okay. Do they leave after he agrees to go with them?
Yeah, they left with him. They went galloping off.
Okay.
And we're worried that maybe they go to kill him, or that he's not coming back. And everyone in the village is now chattering amongst themselves, and now wondering what it was that my father could have done, or what he knows, or why they came for him. Everybody's kind of curious about what the heck that was all about.
Let's pause this scene and see yourself kind of, in a sense, astral project and follow your father. See if you can either pop into the area where he is or pop into him and experience where it is that he is going and what happens to him. Can you see him?
They're not happy with him. They're I'm like floating above.
Okay, observing the scene.
Bird's eye view. And it said he took something from them.
Does he know what they were talking about? Did he take something? The subconscious will give you the answers.
Well, it's an arrowhead, apparently. He took an arrowhead.
I see.
But it wasn't out of anger or spite. It was just pure innocence. And
how did they...
Now
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, now they're just, they tied him up to something. They tied him up to he's on tied him up to a wooden plank.
Yes.
That's in the middle of a fire pit.
Well, move forward to a place that we know the outcome of this situation. What is happening? What do you see?
I just see he's in there screaming, and he's on fire. And
would you like to move away from this?
Yes.
Okay, let's move back to your body, back in the village. Move forward ahead now to after the event has happened, to a time where you know what has happened to your father. How do you find out the information?
One of the guys at that place where they were throwing the axes, at that house, they're saying they wanted him to go out and find an arrowhead, that they believed he couldn't do it. And it was like a little it was a dare.
Yeah.
There's apparently these guys dare each other to go find things and bring them back, and they dared my father to go find some arrowheads.
Didn't end well for him, did it?
No.
That's okay.
And they're feeling bad about this, and now they're on horses.
Has this
now they're
started
going
a
to search
skirmish?
for these guys.
Has this started a small unrest, a war of sorts?
Yeah, now the guys are hopping on horses to go to look for them, to find them.
Okay.
To get revenge.
What happens next?
I see some of them drinking out of their moonshine jugs and just being loud and just now there are arrows flying in. Now there are arrows flying in on these guys.
Yeah.
The horses are falling down. These guys are falling off their horses.
Are you there?
They're getting. I see them, but I don't feel that I'm there with them.
Okay, that's all right.
I see them from that astral view.
Okay, good. Well, the subconscious is having you experience this because this is key information to the story and what you are retaining from it. So the subconscious mind will bring forward the information you're supposed to know now.
That kid from whose birthday it was before, he was one of them. He writes back and tells me what happened. He talks about how they didn't even see where the arrows were coming from. They're just coming out of the hills, out of the forest, out of everywhere.
See?
I pretty much wiped everyone out.
And then what happens? What happens next?
I'm just not
unsure.
I'm not feeling anything. I'm not getting anything.
That's okay. That's all right. Well, I think from here we're ready to move forward. We've got pretty much the story of what is going on, what is taking place. So let's leave that scene, move forward to the last day in the life that we're looking at. You can watch it as an observer, just as you have before, if you want to. We have gone forward to the last day of your life in this lifetime we are watching. What is happening? What do you see? You will not have any physical sensations. You can talk about it. It will not affect you mentally or physically in any way. What do you see?
I'm in that Indian village.
Okay.
And I see them. I see them just simply scalping me.
Okay. You can see this as an observer. We can move forward ahead of it if you would like. What happens next? Is this the end of it? Is this where you die?
Yeah,
Okay. Now whatever has
Yeah.
happened has already happened, and you were on the other side of it. From that position, you can look back at the entire life and see it from a different perspective. Every life has a lesson and a purpose. As you look at the life, what did you learn from it?
I'm not feeling anything.
That's okay.
About a now.
That's okay.
I feel like I'd be forcing an answer. I don't.
That's all right. That's all right. We can continue forward. What do you think the purpose of that lifetime was? Do you know? If not, we can receive the answer from the subconscious.
I'm getting a feeling that no matter where one feels that they have to move away from where they're at, if they're dealing with strife or hardships, no matter where we go, there will always be some sort of adversity, some sort of.
Perfect.
There will always be a contrast there that is opposite to what was preferred, or and
always
it's the idea of feeling how to deal with those situations in those moments.
Very good.
And it doesn't matter where it's at. It doesn't matter how safe you may feel, or how, where it is. It's you will, no matter what, have to deal with something that is unfavorable, and it's truly a choice as to how one wants to react to it, and
Perfect.
and what they're going to do next with that information.
Perfect. Well, from here, let's see you in that body, in that lifetime. Take your last breath and follow the spirit as it separates from the body, and see where it goes. Follow that spirit up and out of the body. Where do you go?
I feel drifting away from Earth. I feel just leaving it behind, and
Very good.
the Earth is getting tiny,
Very good.
tiny, minuscule size, tiny.
Look up ahead of you and see where you're headed.
It's a cloudy, colorful, just
anything fuzzy, foggy, or unclear will clear up as you speak about it.
swirly colors.
Very good. Does someone come to meet you?
Huh. I do see it has a halo.
Very good.
It's floating. It's wearing a white robe.
Very good. Is this your spirit guide? Your subconscious mind will bring forward the answers to you.
This being is just floating there in the among the swirly colors.
Very good.
And it's just pointing at it. It's just pointing in there.
Does it seem as though it wants you to travel through it? Perhaps like a portal?
Yeah, it feels like that. It wants me to just go in there.
Go ahead and follow through with that. Travel into it and see where it goes. How do you feel?
Weightless, stress-free,
Very good.
bodiless, just energy,
Very good.
healthy.
Let's jump forward a little bit and see you at the destination that you were supposed to be going to. What do you see? You are now there.
It's like a kaleidoscope when you look into a kaleidoscope, one of those toys, and there are just reflections everywhere, just like reflections, like the inside of a crystal, like the inside of a diamond or something.
Excellent.
The inside of a diamond, the inside of a crystally, multi-reflective diamond.
Beautiful.
Ooh, and the plane that I'm on, the surface I'm on is white. It's glowing. It's misty.
Very good.
There's a square rectangle podium.
Yes.
Podium there.
What is on that podium?
There's a book on this podium.
Very
And then, but
good.
then beyond me, there's like, I see a desk of just faceless beings.
Very good. Is this your council?
They're there to watch me read this book on the podium.
This is where you review your life.
I feel they're just watching me to see what my reactions are and what my thoughts are about what I'm reading
How do you
in the
feel?
book. I feel satisfied with reading this book.
Very good.
I feel satisfied. I see the stories of times with me following my intuition, without a question, just going in a direction, and they seem to be pleased with this.
Very good. And
And I'm pleased with this.
what is their reaction? What is their response?
I hear them saying, "Are you happy with the regrets?" And
What do you respond?
well, on the one hand, I feel like it's a trick question, because if everything is energy, then a regret is simply a meaning that I'm attaching to it. I mean, immediately I say, no, I'm not happy with the regrets. That means I wasn't true to myself and I didn't follow through with what was really speaking to me. And then, if it were a yin-yang symbol, the regret would be me not supporting myself, me not listening to the intuition that they have given me through various signs.
I see.
And the other side of that equation is the greatness that I feel for following that intuition, and yet I also feel that they're telling me that it's all energy, and it's that the regrets, as strange as it sounds, I have to feel okay even with those, just as people who have to forgive themselves and forgive others. Oh, it's forgiveness. I have to forgive myself for those regrets and
absolutely
not feel the weight of that, not carry those regrets
to release it
with me.
Beautiful.
I have to not look at those regrets as weights that pull me down, or something that I carry along with me. I have to just look at the regret as something, as just simply, as just, rather than a fail, or being stupid for not following through with my heart. I have to just transmute that vibe and just look at it as more of tuning into a frequency. With those regrets, it's just a fuzzy. It's the analogy of it being a fuzzy. When you're in between radio stations, and it's just that fuzzy no man's land. That's what the regret is. It's not a bad thing. It just meant that I was off the mark. I was not as close to tuning into my intuitions as I preferred to be.
Excellent.
And that they're not judging me if I don't follow through with even an abundance of signs and signals they give me and omens. Even if I pass those by, I can't feel horrible about it. Even through the nudges that they give me in fulfilling my soul contract, they don't hold it over my head. They're not
there is no judgment.
They're not judging me.
It's unconditional love. All knowing, all loving, complete forgiveness. Is there anything else here you would like to explore or experience?
What I can do to make those signs and those omens, what can I do to tune myself in better so I know
Absolutely.
that it's definitely.
We will do that. Now we will ask those questions that you have now. After you have finished the life review, now that you look back on the life, as you look at it, what did you learn from it?
That something precious can just end so quickly. Something precious that this is very important right now.
Exactly.
Like with the girl, with that first kiss, it was very important to, at the very least, I was able to take advantage of that. That was an example of me asserting myself and listening to the signs and going with it and acting upon these inspirations as soon as possible, not waiting, not feeling that a hesitancy or a worry if I
surrender.
Make the bad decision.
Surrender and follow your intuition and your heart. Let's drift
Yes.
away from that life.
Yes.
We're drifting away and floating away from that life, leaving the man there to continue on his own journey. He will find peace. He will find what he is supposed to find. We're leaving him there to continue on his own journey. He will find peace. He will find what he is supposed to find. We're leaving him there to continue on his own path. Now I want all of the consciousness and personality of Curt to once again return to the body and fully integrate back into the body. May I speak to Curt's subconscious, please?
Yes.
I have permission to speak to Curt's subconscious.
Yes.
I respect the power of the subconscious because I know the subconscious takes care of Curt's body and does a very good job of it. I also know that the subconscious has the records of everything that has ever happened to Curt in this lifetime and all the other lifetimes he has ever lived. So I respect the power of the subconscious, and I always ask for permission to speak to it and ask questions. Do I have permission to ask questions?
Yes.
I know the subconscious could have brought forth many different lifetimes for Curt to see today. You chose to bring forward this lifetime for him to see. Why did you pick that lifetime?
He needed to remember the simplicity of life and the simple things in life, and the importance of community, the importance of family, the importance of following his intuition.
Excellent. What does that have to do with his life now?
He's currently given many, many, many paths to go down that all reflect his highest good. And he is unfortunately seeing, or thinks that he's seeing himself through the eyes of the people he's collaborating with. And through that, he feels that they do not value his ideas or opinions, and that he's just sort of an extra in a movie rather than an important character that moves the story along.
What should he take away from this, then?
He must speak his truth. He must realize that the temporary feeling of uncomfortability during what may seem a conflict is paling in comparison to the importance of speaking the truth and ironing out the wrinkles. And as he has recently been doing, rather than letting loose ends go, he has been asserting himself more in finding the answers to his questions rather than letting them be rather than allowing himself to jump to conclusions as he's done in the past. He's now getting those answers immediately without allowing those things to fester and grow in a possible negative direction.
So you would say he is on the correct path?
He is on the right path. He needs to realize that for everything that he desires not to do concerning art, all the technical things, the mathematical things, he must realize that there's always someone there who loves doing those things and can be delegated to do those things. and that there are those people in his life who do love his brand of artistic expression and who are willing to help him out with that artistic expression, which completely align with those people's artistic expression in ways that he would not fathom people to be, but they do. They one thing that the things that he does not appreciate doing, someone else out there loves doing, and the things that they hate doing or that they do not favor doing, he loves doing, and to look out for those alliances and to feel confident in moving forward with the momentum presented in those situations.
Absolutely. Thank you. Curt has a few questions that he would like to ask of you. Can I ask those questions now?
Yes.
What galactic family does he most identify with? What are his roots? Do you know who his galactic family is? What race he is most from?
He feels close to the way that the Arcturians have been described. He's felt close to the way that the Pleiadians have been described. Those seem to be the dominant ones.
Perfect. Is he in contact with any of these extraterrestrials? Perhaps unaware, consciously.
He's connected to them through his art. That is the passageway that he communicates with them. This was already shown to him on a very profound DMT experience. Many answers were shown to him. In fact, there were 4 songs in particular that he has created in life, the lyrics and the music of which were very easy, very effortless, and those were in fact songs that were channeled to him because he opened himself up and to receive this information. This is an indicator that he must continue forward in following his intuition. In this, it's no mistake that he was drawn to improvisation and learned the yes and way of creating. These are messages that were given to him specifically in this manner, so it would be easier for him to understand and then to apply these tools to other aspects in his life, rather than worrying so much about the future and what is to come and what if this or what if that, which mostly stems from people in his own life who do that themselves, and out of respect to their spirits, he brings those upon himself, and unfortunately allows those to be a stronger voice sometimes in the directions that he's moving, rather than the strongest voice of all, which is his intuition, and the ways that we're communicating to him through all of these different avenues every day, through the most recently the synchronicities that have been flowing through him. The more he's been doing the transformative shifting cube each morning, first thing in the morning, he has been experiencing many, many more synchronicities throughout the day, and he has been vibrating at a very high vibration, and this is why more and more answers to his questions have been coming through, and specific friends of his have been more in contact with him now than they have in the past, because they too are messengers of the path he must continue forward on.
Excellent. Can you list for me quickly the name of those 4 songs that you were referring to?
Great Unknown, Unexpected, I Wish I Did,
And the last?
Give It All Away.
Thank you. Alright, his next question. Who is his master guide or guides?
The guides themselves reside within the art that he's creating. Each of his artistic endeavors are the guide.
I see.
Each of them are the guide. Each time he activates any one of those: music, painting, drawing, acting, writing, each of those themselves are the guide.
I see. Does he have
And the more he explores these, the more he will learn about himself through application in these channels.
Beautiful. Does he have a master guide? Or do they all collectively make up the master?
They are aspects of the master, much like Voltron.
I see.
They are each portions of that one.
I see. Thank you. What can he do to strengthen his relationship with those guides? Did you elaborate upon this already?
Stopping with distractions that do not serve him, stopping with the distractions that do not, and ceasing to comment particularly on whatever today's events are. This is something that he always preaches, yet not necessarily, he not necessarily applies to the fullest extent. He still continues to flirt with peeking in on what's going on with and commenting on recent events. The more he applies the guides, and the less he gives energy to those distractions, whether the intensity of those distractions are coming through his own bandmates or other friends of his who may be worried about whatever is going on. He must realize that the agreements that he makes within his own preferable reality experience, the more he does that, the more helpful, the more helpers will come in who exemplify those aspects which are preferable to him and will help him move forward.
Absolutely. He would like to ask, how can he best access Terpsichore to work with him?
He's doing it already. and just does not realize it. He's already doing it just by accessing music, just by being himself on stage in Yachtly Crew, just by, without thought, without consideration, without worry, without thinking what is next to come or how a reaction may be. The more he just plugs into, it gets out of the way of himself and allows this energy to flow through, the more Terpsichore shall present herself. He will not be aware many times. This is an energy that is experienced by the viewer and the audience that is there to view it. They will feel an energy far different than he is even realizing, because he is channeling it. He will not know. He will only know the good vibes that come through him. He will not know the true effect in which it will have on the viewers and the audience. This isn't possible, because if he were to view himself through the eyes of the audience, he would be too busy doing that rather than just simply being in the moment and doing what he's supposed to be doing.
I see.
He's doing his job well, and others view it, and he has no idea the ways in which that reverberation is actually healing him and helping him become better at what he's doing and tuning into the best version of himself.
Beautiful. Where can he remove stagnant and trapped emotion in his body to allow him to bring more abundance into his life?
In his current situation, his sister is moving out. She's moving in with her fiancé, and he is worried about how he will take care of the entire rent by himself, as the unemployment money he squirreled away and saved up. That money, the reason why he did that was to help him through situations like this, and through the artistic endeavors he's plugging into. This is an opportunity for him to surrender fully to what he already knows, what he already preaches to be true, what he has learned through his teachers, what he's presenting through his music, through his acting. He is now this is a time for him to fully embrace what he knows to be true, and know that through these avenues he will be supplemented. He will be receiving large abundances that are clearly related to what he loves doing. And there is no need to attach worry to any of it, to just fully give himself to each moment, to embrace this moment, and the energy that he gives in each of these moments is in effect what will be paying him back. If he spends time worrying, spends time looking at the rent and his bills as a large beast that he has to battle, the more he spends time doing that, the more he's feeding that beast. So
it tends to manifest that, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
He must continue to give love and with no expectation of how it will return to him. And the paradox within that is the less he considers how it will come back to him, how he will do it, the paradox is the more it will come back to him and help him out. So he must surrender fully into giving his love and appreciation into the very projects that he's creating.
Beautiful. Next, is there a deeper purpose to the work he is doing with me, Rob, and Lisa?
by him simply testing out these doors and saying yes to the possibility of interviewing them or allowing them to use their gifts, allowing himself to be an experiment for their gifts, and allowing them to be experiments for his gifts. This is the deeper meaning. This is a tight bond that will continue to reverberate through those who will hear this, who will see this, and it will open up deeper aspects to themselves they did not realize that they had, by this bartering system, by this open exchange in this value system way. They are going to affect the world in large ways that they could not have anticipated, but because they said yes to themselves, because they allowed for their intuition to guide them, now here we are, and they get to recognize each other as the spiritual beings that they actually are, beyond any sort of temporary, any sort of lack of abundance. They will continue to work with each other and continue to experience lots of monetarily abundance and spiritual abundance, simply because they have now recognized themselves as spiritual beings and are excited about collaborating with each other.
Thank you so much. Which project that he is working on will bring him the most financial abundance? That is his last question.
It has already begun with Rob, with Lisa, with Keenan, who he met the other night, and Darla, who he met the other night. It's very clear. It was very clear in these conversations that these beings were awakening to the fact that they are meant to work with each other. There is an ease, there's an effortlessness, there is a joy, a love, and excitement that comes through when talking with these people and seeing a through line. He feels a through line with them, that there is a continual feeding, a precipitation with them that will continue feeding itself and will continue moving in a very fast and a very fast momentum. Also with his friends Ashley and Lizette, they too are very, very open and understanding and very excited about the project they're working on, the screenplay. And this too is also something that needs to be fed and appreciated and given lots of love and respect to.
Thank you very, very much. Is there any message that you would like to give Curt at this time?
Please value yourself the way that you value others who inspire you. It's hard for you to see how you affect the populace. It is hard for you to understand that the most minimal movements you're moving towards in making your dreams come true, in getting out of the way of your over-analysis, and allowing this to flow through. The more you do this, the more you will see just how special your abilities are. And by over-analyzing, you will, in that sense, successfully be attaching weights to yourself. So you must go in the complete opposite direction, which is feeding it more and more. Just feed it. Give yourself the satisfaction and openness and receptivity to your callings, because they are there for you to be receptive to and recognize. They are the high fives, they are the applause that comes through for you. You must go, no overanalyzation, just immediately go with them and let them show you what is to come.
Beautiful. Is there anything else before we part ways?
Any intuition that you have with anyone that you've recently met, Mary, for instance, friends that are now waking up to this, continue to cultivate these relationships with those who feed into your excitement, who believe in you, who give you suggestions in ways to enhance your gifts. They too are your guides, and they would not be giving you this information if it wasn't something important for you to hear. Continue to connect them. Continue to connect those that you feel a similar vibration with, and who you see vibrations that echo within each other, within them. Connect them, and continue to bring people Rob's way and Lisa's way who you feel resonate with them and they would resonate with, because they too are part of the equation.
Thank you so much. Now I am asking the subconscious to recede to where it belongs, with much love and much thanks for the help and information it's been giving Curt today. I know he is really going to appreciate it, and I want the entities from the other life that we were speaking with to also recede into the past, to the time where they belong, with much love and much thanks for the information they have given us. And remember, the things you were watching are from the past. They belong in the past, and we will leave them in the past. We only brought them forward as a curiosity to learn from, to have information to help with the present lifetime. In that way, they are valuable and have importance. But as Curt listens to the recording and goes over the material and puts it into place, it will not bother him in any way, mentally or physically. That is very important. It will not bother him in any way, mentally or physically. Now I want all of the consciousness and personality of Curt to once again return and fully integrate back into the body completely. Now all of the consciousness and personality of Curt is once again fully integrated back into the body, replacing all the other parts we were speaking to. Now I want Curt to move up, up, up through time and space and orient yourself back into the present day and time. This is February 9th, 2022. You are lying here on your bed in your home and you just had a very interesting experience. I want you to remember that the present life you are living now is the most important life of all, because it is the one that you are focused on at the present time. Any information we can find in this way is valuable, but it will not bother you in any way, mentally or physically, as you understand it and put it into place. That is very important. It will not bother you in any way. Now in a moment I'm going to count to 10, and on the count of 10 you'll be wide awake, feeling wonderful all over, as though you've had a nice nap, a nice sleep. You will feel truly rested and refreshed. Anytime you do this, it will always be an enjoyable experience. Now follow me up as we go, and on the count of 10, you'll be wide awake, feeling wonderful all over. 1, 2, you are beginning to breathe a little faster. Your blood is beginning to circulate a little faster because you're beginning to wake up now. 3, 4, you're becoming aware of the physical body, very much aware of the physical body. You can move your arms and legs around to get the muscles working and the blood circulating, because it gets tiring laying in one position like that. We're getting everything moving again because you're very much aware of the physical body and you're focused on it now because you're beginning to wake up now. 5, 6, you're becoming aware of the sounds in the room and the sounds outside of the room. You're very much aware of your physical surroundings. You're oriented back here in this time and this place, and you're beginning to wake up now. 7, 8, you're coming up very nicely now, very nicely. 9, 10, wide awake, feeling wonderful all over. How do you feel?
Wow, dude. Thank you so much for that.
Oh, thank you. You had me in tears.
Wow, dude. So many revelations were coming through.
You had me in tears.
Dude, it was like...
How long do you feel like you've been laying there?
Not long. Not long at all.
It's been almost 2 hours.
Are you serious? Dude, thank you so much for taking that time to hang out with me that long.
Yeah.
And to guide me down that path. Dude, I swear to God, it feels like 10 minutes has passed.
Yeah, it's been almost 2 hours. I've got an hour and a half on this recording, and I've started it when you came down into the beautiful place. So we had been about 30 minutes in before that.
Wow. Whoa.
Yeah. What do you remember?
I remember the village. I remember seeing those things.
You remember afterlife?
Well, what's crazy is, like, as these images started coming to me, I was trying my hardest to I was trying to not overanalyze it, because I recently saw a Western, and as these images were coming to me, I'm like, oh no, am I just rehashing bits of this Western that I saw? And then as that was happening, I was like, well, maybe that's why I was drawn to see the Western, to help remind me of a life that I had lived during that time. And, you know, once again, like, movies, music, TV shows, those are in a sense, those guides. Like, I've heard before how if you're drawn to, like, science fiction type stuff, if you're drawn to those things, there's a reason for that, because you're sensing you're sensing past lives or future lives, or, you know, the relation that you have to these things. And like, now I'm realizing, like, I mean, it was clear. The things I was seeing were clear.